you here for office hours? Oh, cool. Go ahead and have a seat right there. How can I help you today? Oh, you're studying for... Yep, I thought so. You came to the right person if you needed help with your geography. I'm definitely here for you. Could I get your name real quick? Oh, cool. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm so excited to help you out with your geography. And what grade are you in? 6th grade. Okay. That's a fun one. You learned some cool stuff in 6th grade geography. Have you gone to ancient Egypt yet? Oh, not yet. Look forward to that. So, let me find my 6th grade book in here. Here it is. 6th grade. Yes. We'll do some geography together. And what part of the world do you need help studying this week? The Western Hemisphere. My goodness, no wonder you need some help because that covers so many places. And I assume that your teacher wants an emphasis on the United States. Of course, right? Oh, you noticed my roses. Aren't they so beautiful? These are from Rose Forever, and just out of curiosity, you know Mother's Day is coming. Are you looking for any gifts for Mother's Day? Because this is a good one. Yeah, let me show you. So these roses, you can see and smell that they are real roses that have been preserved and dyed these absolutely beautiful colors. And all of the materials are vegan, including these beautiful boxes. And there's so many different colors and selections. On Rose Forever's website, you can get the classic red, you could get pink, even some fun ones like orange. Can you believe that? But, I mean, these roses last a good long time, so it's great for Mother's Day. She could put it on her desk, just like I have in mine. And actually, I do have a code down in the description box for $25 off of your order. So head over there now if you need to do that after our lesson, okay? Yeah, just use the code down there, and you could get $25 off of your order. They smell so nice. Let me set those back right here. And let's get started with our lesson, okay? Are you ready? Cool. Why don't you come have a seat next to me here? Slide over. You can pull up that chair right over there, and we'll work on this together, okay? Perfect.
Okay, let's get started. Let's see what we've got here that I can go over with you. Perfect. Yep, this looks good. Let's start off with North America and its physical features. North America is Earth's 3rd largest continent. We should probably write down any kind of little facts like that. It is located in the northern and western hemispheres and has everything from glaciers to rainforests. North America's climate changes radically from north to south. Alaska, parts of northern Canada, and Greenland have very cold winters. The middle regions are mostly temperate, and the southern regions are tropical. And so study this map of North America showing some of its physical features. Find the letter on the map that matches the descriptions given below, then write the letter next to the description. So let's take a look at this map. Let's find all the letters first. We have A, and we can look at the key and see that this means mountain range. There's B, and there's C. The wavy lines, the key tells us means it's a lake. There's D, there's E, and there's F. So let's read these and see which letters they pertain to. It says, the Colorado River flows through the Sonoran Desert. So which of these letters do you think Yep, you got it. It's right there. You can see it says Sonoran Desert. And here's the Colorado River. So it is B. It's right there. B. The land bridge of Central America to South America. Where do you think that is? You can see South America's right here. This area is the land bridge of Central America. We'll talk more about Central America in a minute. That is D. Let's write it there. D. The Rocky Mountains. Which letter do you think is the Rocky Mountains? You can see the Appalachian Mountains. That's right. Yeah, it has to be A, because remember, purple means mountains. These are all mountains here. So it is A. Canada's enormous Hudson Bay. Hudson Bay. Hudson Bay. Yes, it is E. You can see Hudson Bay. It's all right here. Huge, huge body of water there. That is E. The Yucatan Peninsula in southern Mexico. The Yucatan Peninsula. Yep, it's right here. The Yucatan Peninsula sticking out into the Gulf of Mexico. That is F. Very good. The Yucatan Peninsula. And the 5 Great Lakes between the U.S. and Canada. Yep, so it has to be C, right? The 5 Great Lakes. We have Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, Lake Ontario, and Lake Erie. Those are the 5 Great Lakes. Let's look at North America political divisions. It says North America is made up of 3 very large countries, the United States, Canada, and Mexico. This is very important because a lot of people consider Mexico as part of Central America as well. But most people who work in the geography field consider North America to be Canada, the US, and Mexico. Everything else is the Caribbean, Central America. But, I mean, they're all technically North America too, right? It's just Mexico's traditionally not considered part of Central America. It's just North America. So it says 3 very large countries, the United States, Canada, and Mexico. The continent also includes the smaller countries of Central America, such as Panama, Guatemala, and Costa Rica, and the island nations of the Caribbean, such as the Dominican Republic, Cuba, Jamaica, and Haiti. Let's look at this map and find all those countries real quick. You can see Panama. We have Guatemala is right here. Costa Rica is right here. And the islands of the Dominican Republic right here. Cuba is this big island here. Very long island, isn't it? Jamaica is right here. And Haiti is over here. Yeah, there's 2 countries on this island. This island's called Hispaniola. Let's see what else we have here. It says Greenland, the world's largest island, is also part of North America. However, it is a territory of the European country of Denmark. But up here is Greenland. And like it says, it actually belongs to Denmark. But it's still a part of North America. And you can see this little globe here. You can see North America is all right here on planet Earth. Study this political map of North America, then read the descriptions given below. On the map, write the letter that matches each description. So we get to write the letters on the map now. It says, letter A. This large island nation is located just 90 miles south of Florida. Do you know where Florida is? Yeah, this big peninsula right here in the United States. So that means, yep, Cuba. Remember big long Cuba here? One way to remember where Cuba is that Cuba is very famous for making cigars. This is like one big long cigar shape. Yeah, so let's put an A there for Cuba. Perfect. B says, this country shares 2 separate borders with the U.S. What do you think it is? 2 separate borders. No, Mexico just has this border. So what else borders the United States? Yep, it's Canada. So we have this long border here, a little bit for Minnesota, through the lakes and up here. That's right, it also has this border with Alaska. So there's 1 border, 2 borders. Canada has 2 borders with the United States. Never forget Alaska, it's still part of the U.S. So let's put a B there for Canada. C, this large island is made up of 2 countries. Do you remember? Yep, that's right. It is the island of Hispaniola here with Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Let's put a C there for Hispaniola. This country has coasts on the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, and the Gulf of Mexico. So here you can see the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, and can you find the Gulf of Mexico? Yeah, that's easy. You can see Mexico's right here. Here's the Gulf of Mexico, this big body of water here. So which country lies on all 3 of these bodies of water? Yep, that's easy. It's the United States, right? So let's put a D for the United States. Now that's a good question. Is the Gulf of Mexico part of the Atlantic Ocean? Technically, yes. All of the water here is part of the Atlantic Ocean. It's just much easier to divide bodies of water up so you don't have one big one. This is a big gulf here. That's the Gulf of Mexico. There's lots of little other gulfs and bays along here as well. This one is just way bigger than all the others. Important place to remember, the Gulf of Mexico. Let's see what E is. This southernmost nation has a canal linking the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. The southernmost nation. Which one is the southernmost? Yep, it's Panama. The Panama Canal is right about here or so. They dug out the earth here so that ships can sail straight through to the Pacific. They don't have to go all the way around South America. So let's put an E on Panama. There we go. So again, the places we talked about were Cuba, Canada, we talked about the borders, the island of Hispaniola here with Haiti and the Dominican Republic. How do you spell that? Good question. Let's write it here. Hispaniola. I want to write that down. Hispaniola. D is the United States because of the bodies of water here. The southernmost is Panama. Yeah, that one's easy to spell, isn't it? Alright, let's focus more on the United States because I know you need to know that for your quiz. Huh? Yep, the United States and the Western Hemisphere. That's so much to cover. Let's see what we can do here. The United States, states and population. The United States of America, stretching from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean, is home to more than 300 million people. It has 50 states, 48 of which are contiguous or connected. The other 2 states are Alaska, bordering Canada in the far north, and Hawaii, a series of islands in the Pacific Ocean. So this is a census map. Do you know what the census is? Well, every 10 years, census takers go around and figure out how many people are living in each area. They figure out their ages, their ethnicity, and, how many people are living in their homes that might be children or elderly, things like that, just so we know how many people are in the United States, and how many people are in each state, how many people are in each county. It's mostly so they know how many representatives they should have in the government, because you obviously don't want too little for a bunch of people or too many for just a few people, right? So the total population of the United States, according to the 2010 census, was 308,745,538. This map is based on the 2010 census and shows the differences in population across the 50 states. Use the map to answer the questions below. So here you can see the key. The dark purple means there's about 9 million to 37 million people. We've got the dark with straight lines is 6 to 9 million people. Dark with spots is 4 to 6 million. Kind of lighter with faded spots is 3 to 4 million. The light purple is 1 to 3 million. The light polka dots here is 990,000 to 1.8 million. And the light colored here means 0 to 990,000. No, there isn't any state with 0 people in it. But you got to start somewhere. So you can see all the different colors here on the map. Let's see what the questions say and we'll figure it out. Number 1, name the 7 most populous states with a population of 9,890,001 or more. So you can see that is the dark purples. So let's list all the dark purples. Yep, we have California. Let's write this down. California. It's hard to write at this angle. Texas, that's right. Texas. Florida. Florida. What else? Remember, there's 7 of them. We've got 3. Can you see the rest? Yep, there's Illinois. 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 Yep, and they're all right there. There's Ohio. Very good. Ohio. Pennsylvania. Let's spell that one out. Pennsylvania. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need one more. Yep, New York. Very good. N-E-W. New. Y-O-R-K. New York. Very good. Number 2. Which combination of states has a greater population? North and South Dakota or North and South Carolina? Let's take a look. Here's North and South Dakota. Where do they fall on the key? Yeah, not very populated, are they? Now here's North and South Carolina. Do they look like they're more populated than these? Yeah, that's an easy one, isn't it? So the answer is North, N-O-R-T-H, and South, S-O-U-T-H, Carolina, C-A-R-O-L-I-N-A, North and South Carolina. Number 3, Alaska is one of the states with a population of 990,000 or less. Name the other 6. So there's Alaska. It has to be that color. Yep, there's 4 up here. Go ahead and name them. It's Montana. M-O-N-T-A-N-A. Wyoming is W-Y-O-M-I-N-G. North Dakota and South Dakota. North Dakota, that's D-A-K-O-T-A. And South Dakota. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 2 more. Might have to look a little close. Yep, there's Vermont. That's Vermont. Can you see one more? Look very closely up here at New England. Nope, not Rhode Island. Up there it is, Delaware. You got it. Delaware. Awesome. Last question. Of the 3 states on the West Coast, which has the largest population? So the 3 West Coast states are Washington, Oregon, and California. West Coast because they're on the coast of the Pacific Ocean. And you can see on our compass here, that way's west. So which state has the largest population? Yeah, that one's easy, isn't it? It's California. California actually has the most people living in it than any other state. So let's write it down here. California. California. Let's move on to capital cities. Now, this is always very important to know for geography quizzes of the United States. Do you want to go over them real quick? Sure, we've got a nice map here. So, the capital of California is Sacramento. The capital of Oregon is Salem. The capital of Washington is Olympia. The capital of Idaho is Boise. The capital of Nevada is Carson City. The capital of Arizona is Phoenix. The capital of Utah is Salt Lake City. The capital of Montana is Helena. The capital of Wyoming is Cheyenne. The capital of Colorado is Denver. The capital of New Mexico is Santa Fe. The capital of Texas is Austin. The capital of Oklahoma is Oklahoma City. The capital of Kansas is Topeka. The capital of Nebraska is Lincoln. The capital of South Dakota is Pierre. The capital of North Dakota is Bismarck. The capital of Minnesota is St. Paul. The capital of Iowa is Des Moines. The capital of Missouri is Jefferson City. The capital of Arkansas is Little Rock. The capital of Louisiana is Baton Rouge. The capital of Mississippi is Jackson. The capital of Tennessee is Nashville. The capital of Kentucky is Frankfort. The capital of Illinois is Springfield. The capital of Wisconsin is Madison. The capital of Michigan is Lansing. The capital of Indiana is Indianapolis. The capital of Ohio is Columbus. Let's go up here. The capital of Maine is Augusta. The capital of New Hampshire is Concord. The capital of Vermont is Montpelier. The capital of Massachusetts is Boston. The capital of New York is Albany. The capital of Rhode Island is Providence. The capital of Connecticut is Hartford. The capital of New Jersey is Trenton. The capital of Pennsylvania is Harrisburg. The capital of Delaware is Dover. The capital of Maryland is Annapolis. The capital of West Virginia is Charleston. Charleston. I don't know where that came from. The capital of Virginia is Richmond. The capital of North Carolina is Raleigh. The capital of South Carolina is Columbia. The capital of Alabama is Montgomery. The capital of Georgia is Atlanta. And the capital of Florida is Tallahassee. Now that's just a map of the 48, right? We'll get to Alaska and Hawaii in another map. Capital cities are places where the branches of government are located. The capital of the United States is Washington, D.C., which is right here. That's Washington, D.C. But each of the 50 states also has a capital. Sometimes the capital is the largest city in the state. For example, Atlanta, Georgia. However, for most states in the U.S., the capital is a less populous city. For example, the capital of New York State is not New York City with its 8 million residents, but Albany with a population below 150,000. So let's answer the questions here. It says, number 1, 4 state capitals have the word city in their names. One is Oklahoma City. Name the other 3. So which other capital cities have the word city in its name? Yep, there's one, Jefferson City, Missouri. So let's put Jefferson City. Very good. What's the other 3? You really have to look. I'll give you a hint that they're not on the East Coast here. Yep, you found them. Salt Lake City and Carson City. So let's do S-A-L-T. S-A-L-T. L-A-K-E. Salt Lake City and Carson City. C-A-R-S-O-N. City. So the ones with city in their names are Oklahoma City, Jefferson City, Salt Lake City, and Carson City. Number 2, the capital cities of 2 states are named after the explorer who arrived in the New World in 1492. Name the states and their capitals. So who arrived in the New World in 1492? That's right, that's when Columbus sailed the ocean blue. So which 2 capital cities are named after Columbus? Right, well, Ohio is, of course, Columbus, Ohio. So C-O-L-U-M-B-U-S-O-H-I-O. Columbus, Ohio. And what's the other one? Do you remember? South Carolina. Very good. That's Columbia. C-O-L-U-M-B-I-A. South Carolina. Very good. Number 3, Jefferson City is one of the 4 state capital cities named after a former U.S. president. Below are the other 3 capital cities. Write the name of each state. So Jefferson City is named after Thomas Jefferson. Or can you find Madison? Madison. Good, it's in Wisconsin. W-I-S-C-O-N-S-I-N. Named after James Madison. Can you find Jackson? Jackson. Very good. In Mississippi, named after Andrew Jackson. And Mississippi is actually a lot easier than you think because it's M-I-S-S-I-P-P-I. M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-P-I. Of course, there's Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln, yep, of course. Probably the most famous president next to like George Washington, right? Where can you find Lincoln? It's the capital of Nebraska. N-E-B-R. Yep, N-E-B-R-A-S-K-A. Nebraska. You can't see right yet. It's hard to write at this angle, but you can read it at least. Number 4. Which 2 state capitals are located on the Mississippi River? So let's take a look at our major rivers that we have here on the map. There's the Colorado River. There's the Missouri River, which goes like this. There's the Ohio River. And those 2 rivers flow into the Mississippi River that starts way up here in Minnesota and makes up all of these borders here and then flows out there. So which 2 cities are on the Mississippi River? There's one there, St. Paul, Minnesota. So that's S-A-I-N-T-P-A-U-L. St. Paul in Minnesota is M-I-N-N-E-S-O-T-A. St. Paul, Minnesota. Let's follow this river. So not Madison, not Des Moines, not Springfield. Did I go over Springfield? I was going over the list of capital cities. I hope so. Springfield, not Jefferson City. Let's see. Definitely not Frankfurt, not Nashville, not Little Rock. Not quite Jackson, huh? But there it is. Baton Rouge. So that's Batorouge. It's French for red wand. Isn't that interesting? And Louisiana is Louisiana. Louisiana. Very, very good. Let's see. Now let's talk about Alaska and Hawaii. Let's see what the book says. Alaska and Hawaii became the 49th and 50th states in the U.S. respectively in 1959. That just means like in the order that it says. So the 49th state was Alaska, the 50th state's Hawaii. They are the only two U.S. states separated by land or water from the other 48. Located near the Arctic Circle, Alaska is the largest U.S. state and has a cold climate most of the year. Hawaii is a series of small islands in the Pacific Ocean and has a warm climate all year. Then you can see the capital cities. Juneau is over here, and Honolulu is over here on the island of Oahu. Let's see the first question. It says, study the longitudes in both maps. Which of the two states, Alaska or Hawaii, extends more to the west? So remember, longitudes are long, right? Latitudes go this way. Longitudes are long. So let's look at the longitudes here in Alaska. Let's move a little closer so you can see. Got 140 degrees, 150 degrees west, 160 degrees west, 170 degrees west, 180 degrees west, and then it goes into the east, because right here is the split between west and east in the world. Pretty cool, huh? If we look at Hawaii, let's look at the longitude. We've got 155 degrees west, 156 degrees west, 157 degrees west, 158 degrees west, 159 degrees west, 160 degrees west. So which one goes farther west? Yeah, I think these islands are part of Alaska, so yeah, definitely when you've gone the furthest west you can possibly go, you're the furthest west you can possibly go. So the answer is Alaska. A-L-A-S-K-A, Alaska. Name the capital cities of Alaska and Hawaii. No peeking, do you remember? Yep. Juneau and Honolulu. Juneau is J-U-N-E-A-U. Honolulu is H-O-N-O-L-U-L-U. Juneau and Honolulu. Very good. Using what you've read about Alaska and Hawaii, which state do you think would be the most likely to grow pineapples and coconuts? And why do you think so? Do you think Alaska or Hawaii is most likely to grow pineapples and coconuts? I think Hawaii. Why is that? Because it's warmer. Very good. That's a good answer. It has a warm climate. Right? That's the word. So the answer is Hawaii. H-A-W-A-I-I. Hawaii. That's right. Because it has a warm climate. Very good. I like that answer. Let's skip the time zones map. I don't think that's going to be on our quiz. So let's get into South America. Because if you're learning about the Western Hemisphere, you're definitely going to have to learn about South America as well. Let's start off with the physical features. South America is Earth's fourth largest continent. It is located in the northern, southern, and western hemispheres. At its north coast lies the Caribbean Sea. To its west is the Pacific Ocean. To its east is the Atlantic Ocean. See the Caribbean Sea, Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean. South America has varied physical features and a diverse climate. It has the Earth's largest rainforest, the Amazon, one of Earth's driest places, the Atacama Desert, and Earth's longest mountain range, the Andes. So it says, study this map of South America showing some of its physical features. Find the letter on the map that matches the descriptions given below and write the letter next to the description. Yep, and here's the globe. There's South America, right? Alright, so let's see. A is in all of this. Let's see, wavy lines like that in a light color means it is rainforest. So A is the rainforest. B is down here, the dark purple means that it is flat land all over here. Here's C, looks like this area. This purple color means what? Very good, it's a mountain range. Excellent. D is here in all of this white. And that's right, white isn't in the key, so we'll have to see what this means, right? And where's E? Oh, I found it right here. So what does the dotted mean? It means desert. Very good. Alright, let's answer the questions. Oh, you're right, we forgot F. Up here. What does this dotted land mean? It is highland. Highland meaning more like mountains, right? Not quite a mountain range, but higher up than everywhere else. So let's see. Number 1 says the Andes Mountains travel down the western side of the continent. Remember, here's west. The western side of the continent. We want the mountain range. Yep, it is C. These are the Andes Mountains, and like it said, Earth's longest mountain range. Let's write a C right there. Number 2, the Atacama Desert is west of the Andes and is 600 miles long. Remember west? West of the Andes. And it's a desert. Very good, so it is E. And it is the driest place on Earth, meaning that it gets the least amount of rainfall out of anywhere else in the world. In fact, there are some places in the Atacama Desert where no rainfall has ever been recorded. Isn't that wild? Very dry place. Number 3, the tropical Amazon rainforest surrounds the Amazon River. Yeah, you got that. It is A, because you can see the Amazon River here flows through all of these different tributaries into the big river here, and it flows out this way. It's the Amazon River and the Amazon rainforest. A for Amazon. Number 4, the Guiana Highlands is a forested plateau in the northern part of South America. Plateau, you see that word? You can see it's French, it's got all those extra letters. Plateau, it means like a highland, pretty much. So, yep, you got it. It is F. This is the Guiana Highlands up here. That is F, the Guiana Highlands. Number 5 says the Pampas are low-lying flatlands in the south of South America. So let's see. We have B and D left. You're right. Which one do you think it is? Remember our key. Very good. Flatlands are right here. So this is the Pampas. The Pampas. So it is B. Our last one says Patagonia is the southernmost region of South America. And you've got it. It is down here. Patagonia is very sparsely populated. Very rocky, full of rivers and all kinds of beautiful scenery, lots of snow and animals and lots of windswept areas. It's very beautiful. Patagonia. That's right, Patagonia. All right, let's talk about the political divisions real quick. You can see all the countries here. We have Colombia, Peru, Bolivia, Chile is this long country, Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, Brazil is this huge country here. Then we have Suriname, Guyana, and Venezuela. And over here is French Guiana. It's actually part of France. Isn't that interesting? Also, we have the Falkland Islands down here. They belong to the UK. It's a long story. Let's not get into that today. I'm sure that won't be on your quiz. So let's see. Let's read the box first. South America is home to countries of varied sizes. Large ones such as Brazil, Peru, and Argentina, and smaller ones such as Suriname, Guyana, and Uruguay. Until the 1800s, most South American countries were controlled by Spain, while Brazil was ruled by Portugal. That's very important to remember. At present, South America has 12 independent countries. The regions of French Guiana and the Falkland Islands are parts of France and the United Kingdom, respectively. Right. South America has many well-developed large cities such as Santiago, Lima, Buenos Aires, Sao Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, and Bogota. Let's go over some of those cities. You can find Bogota here, the capital of Colombia, Bogota. We forgot Ecuador. I was going over the countries. Little Ecuador here. The capital of Ecuador is Quito. Ecuador is named that because it's on the equator. I know, I keep forgetting places. You know, nobody's perfect. That's why it's good to go over maps every once in a while, because sometimes you forget some things, and it's good to remember. The capital of Peru is Lima. The capital of Bolivia, actually, Bolivia is one of those countries that has two capital cities. They have La Paz and Sucre. Yeah, there's quite a few countries, actually, that have two capital cities. South Africa actually has 3 capital cities. I know, but you don't have to worry about that yet. Just remember that Bolivia has 2. Most people, when you ask what's the capital of Bolivia, you would say La Paz. But don't forget about Sucre as well. The capital of Chile is Santiago. The capital of Argentina is Buenos Aires. The capital of Uruguay is Montevideo. The capital of Paraguay is Asuncion. The capital of Brazil is Brasilia. It's an easy one to remember. The capital of Brazil is Brasilia. The capital of Venezuela is Caracas, up here, the Caribbean. The capital of Guyana is Georgetown. The capital of Suriname is Paramaribo. That's a good one, Paramaribo. And then the capital of French Guiana is Cayenne. And the capital of the Falkland Islands is Stanley. Alright, let's see what it says. Number 1, this landlocked country is bordered by Argentina, Brazil, and Bolivia. So here's Brazil, Bolivia, Argentina, and it's landlocked, which means it doesn't have any water touching it, no oceans touching it. So yes, it is. Paraguay. You know what's interesting about Paraguay is all these borders are made up of rivers, so the people there teasingly call it an island. Isn't that funny? So Paraguay, it's Paraguay. Paraguay. Number 2, this country has 2 capital cities, one of which is La Paz. Do you remember? Yep, it's Bolivia. B-O-L-I-V-I-A. Yep. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Your sister's name is Olivia, so you can remember Bolivia. It's actually named after a man whose last name was Bolivar. But, I mean, if that helps you remember, you can think of Bolivia. That's funny. Now you'll never forget Bolivia and the fact that it has two capital cities, right? I like that. This is the largest and the most populated country in South America. Which one do you think is the largest? Yep, it's Brazil. Look at this long border. It touches all but two countries in South America. Borders over here. Way out here in the Amazon. It is hard to see. Colombia. There we go. And it's hard to draw that border with all these rivers in the way, isn't it? There's the border there. There's Peru's border. Yep, you got it. There we go. And then down here too. That is a big country, isn't it? It's all Brazil. So that's Brazil. At least in American English, it's Zil. In Brazil, they spell it Sil, so don't get thrown off if you've seen it spelled that way. It's pretty much pronounced kind of sort of the same, but in American English, we say Brazil. Brazil, Brazil, Brazil. Number 4, this country's capital city sits close to the equator. Do you remember? Yeah, there's the equator in Ecuador. Very good. Here's Ecuador. Right here, Ecuador. The capital city of Quito. But if you read this carefully, it says this country's capital. So they want the name of the country. So that is Ecuador, Ecuador, near the equator, right? Very close in English than it is in Spanish, right? Just a few letters off. Then we have number 5. This is the only South American country that touches a North American nation. So up here's North America. You can see there's Panama, right? Yep, so it's Colombia. It's outlined Colombia. Over here. Very good. The border with Brazil and Ecuador. So that's Colombia. Colombia. It's Colombia. Sort of like how Ecuador is spelled a little different from equator, because this is Spanish, this is English. Colombia is named after Columbus, like Columbus, Ohio. Or, right, Columbia, South Carolina. So to spell Columbia, South Carolina, that's Columbia, right? But the country in South America is Colombia, because it's the Spanish word for Christopher Columbus. So it's Colo. Very important to remember. How was that for your review? Do you have any other questions? Nope, that was the entire Western Hemisphere. We've got South America, we got some Central America done, and then North America. Now let's talk more about Central America. Let's go back to this map over here. Let's see. Let's go over those countries. So there's not very many, but they're kind of small compared to the rest of North America. We have Belize. We have Guatemala. Right there. That's El Salvador right here. This big country here is Honduras. This even bigger country is Nicaragua. This is Costa Rica and Panama, where the Panama Canal is. Sure, yeah. The capital of Belize is Belmopan. I'll write them over here. Belmopan. Belmopan. The capital of Guatemala, get this, it is Guatemala City. It's Guatemala City. The capital of Honduras, you're going to want to write this down. I had to think about it because that's a long one. Tegucigalpa. So Tegucigalpa. Galpa. Tegucigalpa. The capital of El Salvador is really easy. It's San Salvador. Salvador. So El Salvador's capital is San Salvador. The capital of Costa Rica is San Jose. San Jose, that's Jose. Jose. And the capital of Panama, you ready for this? Panama City. Panama City. So the capitals of Central America are actually pretty easy to remember. The only ones that you really have to work on are Belmopan and Tegucigalpa. The rest are pretty easy, right? San Jose. You just have to remember. And that's the thing with geography, is that it's a lot of memorization and it's a lot of going over maps and just refreshing what you need to know. It's all in the memorization. So the more that you do books like these, the easier it is. It just sticks in your brain and you just know it forever. So with geography, you can't just wing it. You really do need to study in order to learn it. So I'm really glad that you came to my office hours tonight to help study. Do you know if your teacher's going to cover the rest of the world soon? Europe, Asia, Africa, and Oceania? Oh yeah, pretty soon. Well, if you need any help with those, feel free to stop by. I've got lots of other worksheets for those. Yeah, sure, you can borrow this. Just bring it back after your quiz, okay? It'll help you study. Because like I said, the more you look at these maps and the more you write out important cities and rivers and things, the easier it will be to remember it. So sure, you can have this. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that you found this visit to be relaxing and educational. Oh good, I'm glad that it was. You go on and have a good rest of your day, okay? See ya.